Hey everyone, today we're going to go under the hood, but not of a Tesla car. We're talking about its entire operation. We're going to break down how Tesla uses generative AI to build what might just be one of the smartest supply chains on Earth.
When you think Tesla, you probably picture their awesome electric cars, right? But the real game changer, the thing that gives them this huge edge, isn't just the cars themselves, it's how they're made. A massive part of their success is happening inside these factories, and it's all about their high-tech approach.
So what's their secret weapon? Well, it all comes down to something called supply chain management. Now, I know, that sounds kind of boring, right? But stick with me. It's basically the invisible nervous system for any company that makes anything. And what Tesla has done is make their nervous system, well, genius level smart. So what is it, really? In simple terms, it's about getting every single thing you need, from the tiniest little screw all the way up to the massive battery pack, to exactly the right place at exactly the right time. It's like this huge, complicated dance for every single part that finally ends up as a finished car in someone's driveway. Okay, so now let's talk about the brains behind this whole operation: generative AI. This is the tech that Tesla is using to make its supply chain not just fast, but, well, able to see the future. It's what takes a smart system and makes it truly intelligent. So, what is generative AI? You've probably heard of it making images or text, but here it's doing something different. Instead of just looking at old data, it creates. And what it's creating isn't art. It's creating thousands upon thousands of detailed simulations of what could happen in the future for their entire supply chain. And this right here is the key difference. Think of it like this. Traditional AI is like driving while only looking in the rearview mirror. It's great for seeing where you've been. But generative AI, that's like having a crystal ball for the road ahead. It shows you thousands of possible futures, so a company like Tesla can make the best possible choice for what's coming. All right, you ready? Let's pull back the curtain. We're going to dive into 5 specific ways Tesla actually uses this amazing tech every single day. This is where the theory becomes reality. First up, application number 1. Demand forecasting. This is a huge, huge challenge for any car company. How many cars should you actually build? If you build too many, they just sit there costing your money. Build too few, you've got a lot of unhappy customers with long wait times. So how does Tesla get it right? Their generative AI just churns through countless simulations. It's constantly asking, what if? What if gas prices spike in Europe? What if California announces a new EV tax credit? By running thousands of these scenarios, it can predict how many people will want to buy a car with, honestly, stunning accuracy. Okay, so you know how many cars you need to build. Next up, actually building them. And this takes us right onto the factory floor, where, let's be honest, Tesla's use of robots is pretty legendary. And this is where the AI becomes the ultimate factory boss. It's constantly optimizing everything. It figures out which car models to build first, how to schedule every single robotic arm for maximum efficiency, and where to send all the materials. What does that mean? Less waste, more cars built, and a production line that just flows. All right, application number 3, inventory management. Think about this. A modern car has literally thousands of parts. Keeping track of all of them, it's a massive, monumental headache. And getting this right saves an absolute fortune. The AI makes sure that the really expensive critical parts, we're talking batteries, computer chips, show up on the assembly line at the exact moment they're needed. It's called a just-in-time system, and it means Tesla doesn't have to pay to store tons of parts in some giant warehouse. The car is built. Now what? You got to get it to the customer, and you want to do it as fast and as cheaply as you can. That, my friends, is the challenge of logistics. And yep, you guessed it, generative AI is on the case. It simulates all the possibilities, analyzing shipping routes, truck schedules, delivery costs, to find the absolute best, most efficient path for every single car. This is great for Tesla's bottom line, sure, but it's also awesome for customers because it means they get their shiny new car faster. That's a huge win. And finally, our 5th application. This one is all about planning for when things go wrong. Because let's face it, global supply chains are super fragile. Anything from a trade war to a hurricane can throw a giant wrench in the works. This is where that crystal ball power is so important. The AI is constantly running simulations of potential disasters. What if a key supplier in Asia suddenly shuts down? What if a major shipping canal gets blocked? The cool part is, before any of this actually happens, the system has already worked out a plan B, C, and D. It makes their whole operation incredibly resilient. So we've seen how they do it, but what's the payoff? Let's connect the dots to the why. What are the real-world benefits Tesla gets from having a supply chain this smart? It really creates this amazing cycle. They can make decisions faster, which lowers their costs. They predict demand better, so there's less waste. And the whole thing just adds up to a super efficient process and ultimately a happier customer. When you put all that together, it's more than just an improvement. It's a massive competitive advantage. Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, it's pretty clear this isn't just about Tesla, is it? What we're really looking at is a blueprint for the future of manufacturing and logistics. So if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's that Tesla's real secret isn't just building cars. It's that they operate like a tech company that just happens to make cars. By weaving generative AI into the very fabric of their operations, they've built one of the most intelligent, efficient supply chains in the world. And that leaves us with a pretty big question, doesn't it? We've just seen how this tech can totally revolutionize a massive physical industry like making cars. So it really makes you think, what's next? If AI can do this, what other part of our world is it about to completely reshape? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.